Sun & Fun now is no longer just a campus of events. It is truly the world's most unique aviation-centric aerospace learning campus. We have dubbed it the Aerospace Center for Excellence.
So lots of folks in Polk County and throughout the world are familiar with our International Flying Expo held every April. A lot of folks don't know is that is actually a fundraising event for year-round aerospace educational programs on the Aerospace Center for Excellence.
Well, we're standing here in the Lakeland Aero Club headquarters. This is a 12,500 square foot facility, is the largest high school flying club in the world.
What an exciting time in the history of Sun & Fun. 42 years in the making. Starting in 1974, a group of august aviators got together and decided to have a fly-in. Well, that slowly but surely matured and grew not into just a fly-in, but a full-blown convention expo, which we exist today as the second largest aviation fly-in expo on the planet. So on an average week, because our Sun & Fun International Fly-In, which happens in April every year, usually the first or the second week, starts on a Tuesday and runs through Sunday evening. And during that time frame, we are represented by every state in the nation coming into Lakeland Linder Airport in Lakeland, Florida, to enjoy all the excitement and camaraderie that the aviation community brings. Additionally to that, we bring in approximately 70 to 80 different countries will be represented from Europe all the way through the Asian Pacific. So as you can see, it truly is an international flavor, and it does have the attention of the entire aviation world. Culminating usually in the late afternoon hours by one of the world's greatest aerobatic demonstration teams the military has to provide, whether it be the Thunderbirds or the Blue Angels or the Golden Knights or the Leapfrogs. They all perform as well, along with the myriad of our Warbirds, which have all of these really cool aircraft from the 30s and 40s that made America great when we transitioned from an isolationist country into a world power. That was our transition point in 1941, as we all know. And we became the world's leader in military defense and offense, if necessary. Just a complete array of vintage aircraft that date into the teens. Literally, we have aircraft that were flying within months after Orville and Wilbur took to the skies. And they will be here on display. And add to that, the neatest component would be the home built, experimental. What made America great was the fact that in America, you could actually design and build and fly your own aircraft, just like just starting your own business. And people turn a lot of those airplanes into business, as we know today. You can sit down and relax in this beautiful, soft, cushy grass field and watch the most awesome air show ever that lasts between 2 and 3 hours, Tuesday through Sunday. In the course of the growth of Sun & Fun, we realized that as fun as it was to just fly in and share the experience of aviation, it was really exciting to see what was coming next. That new technology, all that stuff that makes the airplane think faster than we do sometimes now. So as we like to say to our audiences today, if you're looking to see what's new coming to your cell phone in about 2 years, well, come to our International Fly-In and Expo, and you'll see it being put in airplanes today. Because all the new advanced technologies in communication and navigation and understanding the aerodynamics of an aircraft are all being developed right now at a high end, which we can't afford in the general public, but they can afford it in aviation. Well, that'll be exposed here during our expo with over 500 vendors and exhibitors who bring everything from paint to polish to navigational equipment to engines to aircraft, and will sell millions upon millions of dollars of aviation components through that 6-day period. Makes it really exciting. 4 years ago, realizing that we needed to change our mission, and our mission had been to provide a fly-in, and we stopped that. We stopped spring break for pilots, and we decided that our mission was to preserve and enhance the future of flight through world-class events, plural, multiples, inspiring and educating people of all ages. And that leads me to the part that's most important. Why do we do all this? Because we're a nonprofit, so where does all that money go? If we're charging to come in to the fly-in, we're charging for all these events to be done on our campus, where does that money go? It goes right back into the community. It goes back into aviation education, STEM learning.
So what is ACE? Well, it's part of the Sun and Fun family. Sun and Fun itself is over 200 acres out here at Lakeland Linder Airport. 25 of those acres are devoted towards year-round aerospace educational programming. So one of the buildings you're in now is part of the ACE campus. It's Aerospace Discovery at the Florida Air Museum. It's the official aviation and aviation education museum of the state of Florida. So we have lots of wonderful STEM outreach learning tools here. It's a TripAdvisor Certificate of Excellence. We've received numerous awards for this. We're by the Howard Hughes Archives. We were chosen over Embry-Riddle, University of California, Los Angeles, and University of Southern California to be part of his archives host. Right next to me here, you have his X1 racer, and it's actually one of the, it's a wind tunnel model, very unique engineering aspect here. This is actually the last airplane, privately owned airplane to win the world speed record. So that's something really unique that we're happy to have here. Flight suits worn by him and Katharine Hepburn. Next to me here you have an XF-11. It was another prototype designed by Hughes. He actually ended up running out of oil in one of the engines and safely landing it in the Beverly Hills golf course. While there, he was injured, and he was in the hospital and invented the adjustable hospital bed. So Hughes was not only a wonderful aviator, he was also an inventor. A lot of folks don't know is he also won an Academy Award for directing Hell's Angels. So he's a multifaceted. Come here to learn more about him and what he meant to the world of aviation. We also have an exciting display here called Innovations in Propulsion. Nowhere else in the world will you find 14 engines dedicated towards the evolution of propulsion throughout the ages. So we have a 3-cylinder engine that they used to cross the English Channel with back in the day, all the way up to a hypersonic engine that reached Mach 7 and everything in between. So you come here and that's another great learning aspect. Across behind us here, we have to the east side, we have the Florida Aerospace Historical Annex. The Florida Aviation Museum here is also the home of the Hall of Fame. So the Florida Aviation Hall of Fame. So every year we induct up to 2 to 3 men and women to join our ranks of the Hall of Fame. So that's sponsored in conjunction with the Florida Hall of Fame Society and Albert Whitted Airport Preservation Society. So they host the building behind us that has some of the artifacts from national airlines. Then also behind us we have the Bueller Aerospace Restoration Skills Center. That's really unique. It's a chance for our guests and visitors who come here to the museum to be able to come over there and watch some of our over 3,000 volunteers that come in for the fly-in, 50 what we call early bird volunteers that come here 3 weeks before our fly-in in April, and then a handful of volunteers throughout the year that volunteer. They actually helped restore a Sea Dart, which is one of only 4 of that airplane, a vertical riser, which is only one of 2 of that airplane in the world, and multiple other projects they have going on out there. We have a school across the way, Central Florida Aerospace Academy, which is a Polk County Academy school with 100% graduation rate. They offer various certificates in private pilot, ground school, airframe and power plant certification, as well as avionics. And they're also, there's home to the Travis Career Center. So Travis, they carry on with their education there. So they earn their power plant part of their airframe and power plant. Now, what does that mean? Does it mean you can only work on airplanes? Absolutely not. Disney, Busch Gardens, NASCAR pit crews all look for airframe and power plant certified mechanics to hire on to their companies. These are high-paying, sustainable careers that we're giving these young men and women the opportunity to excel at a young age.
It's aerospace, it is a center, and it's the word "for" that's crucial. It's for the excellence of every person that comes here to achieve their greatest level of competency in whatever field they want to be engaged in.
And Polk State College, just a mile down the road, they all utilize the learning tools and experience in this museum to further the extension of their classroom for their teachers.
We don't expect every student or young man or woman or even a young adult to come in here and want to go into the aviation world as a career field. We would love that, but we know that's not reality. The reality is everybody has different perspectives on what their life should be focused on. What our goal is to expose them to the skills required in aviation, such as situational awareness, decision making, problem solving, the ability to be accountable and responsible for your actions, and ultimately the confidence that comes with soloing an airplane, flying through the skies, getting a pilot license. So those skills translate to success in any line of work. And to that end, all the money we generate, that $2.5 million every year, goes back into our Aerospace Center for Excellence and scholarships.
And then another building that's here is our Aerospace Opportunity Center. We say, well, what kind of opportunities are available for my young men or women that's coming up here? Well, Sun and Fun and the Aerospace Center for Excellence give away over $400,000 in scholarships annually. That's right, $400,000 in scholarships. Nowhere else will I say that there's that much of a commitment towards educational outreach. So what do we do with that $400,000?
Now, our scholarships are to learn to fly, go to college for an aerospace related subject matter, learn to work on them as an aircraft, airframe, and power plant mechanic. And to that end, we have now just graduated our 49th and soon to be our 50th teenage pilot. Can you imagine that? In only 3.5 years.
We give our young men and women the chance to solo an aircraft and earn their private pilot certification. We give them a chance to earn their airframe and power plant. We give them a chance to continue their education at a higher institution such as Polk State College, Florida Polytechnic, Embry-Riddle out there. So these opportunities are available for them. In fact, with this scholarship program that's run by Sun and Fun and the Aerospace Center for Excellence, we're the world's leader in producing private pilots. 49 to date, we're looking for the 50th later on this week. Nowhere else has that kind of success rate and that track record.
17 and 18-year-old students are private pilots, and they're on their way to being what we call really good citizens. Some will find a career path in aviation, some will find a career path as a doctor or a lawyer, or start their own business, be a construction agent, doesn't matter what it is, but they'll be dead-gum good at it because they have all those skills that aviation bring to the field of a career you choose.
Also, we're the world's leader in airframe and power plant mechanics. We just graduated our first class, and very proud to say that we are also the very first high school to have a UAV or drone design club. So as you can see here, we're all encompassing pilots, mechanics, aerospace professionals, engineers. You can find it all here. You can have a chance to succeed here.
Actually, you can just leave it in that room, next to that box.
What they learn here is a group process and how to work through engineering loop, which is basically how to do their research, how to maintain a notebook, how to work in groups, and how to complete a project, how to deal with problems and things like that. Usually do this under time conditions and things like that. One project that we've been working on, you can see in the back, is a Rube Goldberg. That's my third-year student. They've been working on that for about 3 weeks. It's almost done. We only have 1 day to complete it, so we're hoping that they'll get that finished.
It actually got stuck in the side.
Yeah, we got great place for high school, and they can earn, all the students that come to school here, it's not just about the activities. They can get their English here, their math here, their science here, their chemistry here, their foreign language here. They can do all the education right here. They earn a high school diploma, and they get that from Kathleen High School. This is just one of the tracks that we have here. The other tracks that we have was ROTC, which is Air Force ROTC. It's the only Air Force ROTC in Polk County at the high school system. And one other thing that we're starting here for the engineering is we're doing a drone club. And we're hoping that we will be competing next year with drone competitions, and we're hoping to host one in April over at Sun and Fun. So that'll be a lot of fun. And they also can do avionics. Avionics here, anything to do with electronics and airplanes, they can do that.
You do that tower there, it's right on your course.
I do that tower, and then from that tower, how far would it be to that area?
And you can do those. Aerospace 2 will get more into the systems, how they operate, the FAR regulations, how to navigate, how do the aircrafts get from one point to another, pilotage and dead reckoning. We kind of put an emphasis on the aviation skills because we have the scholarship. And we have some of those students that already are awarded the scholarship, and they could come over to the kind of pilot area and do their work there. So it gives them kind of an integration of aerospace. It's a science credit too, Aerospace 1. Next year we'll be doing for Aerospace 1, we'll do UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles, and we'll be doing a FAA ground school for Embry-Riddle for Aerospace 2. We'll probably still have robotics 1 too, we won't have robotics 2.
What we do is the teachers determine what groups need to come over for flight simulation. They're usually students who are going to pursue a path in becoming a pilot or something. We have a lot of students that are on the pilot scholarship program.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice, she's new.
Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened?
Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
So under the supervision of the director of the Lakeland Aero Club, Mike Z, And our Sun and Fun Aerospace Center for Excellence volunteers, they have their high school flying club, the Lakeland Aero Club. So after school, they come on over from the CFAA, walk right over to the Lakeland Aero Club and the Bueller Aerospace Restoration Skills Center, and they build this plane with the assistance of experienced professional aerospace professionals, as well as mentorship through their peer group. And last year they flew 3 airplanes up to Oshkosh. This year they're going to fly 5 up. These are 17-year-old, 18-year-old young men and women flying through weather conditions, having to make the aeronautical decision making, where to stop for fuel, can I land on this runway? I mean, it's just mind-boggling, and it's an everyday occurrence here. I am a pilot myself, and one of the biggest feathers in the caps I can say is I saw a young man one time working on an airplane out there by himself. Now normally I'd say, well, that's a little, what's going on here? But I knew he's received the proper training. I knew that he would go through the proper checks from a certified FAA A&P mechanic after he'd done his work. And it really made me stand up and say, wow, these are not just young men and women, these are young adults. They are ready on a career path, and they are responsible individuals.
Becoming a part of the Lakeland Aero Club, first of all, has taught me how to learn to fly airplanes. So I became a private pilot through the Aero Club, and it's also taught me how to start working on my A&P, becoming an aircraft mechanic.
It's a culmination of a lot of efforts on the part of our young people who've gotten their pilot's licenses. The purpose of the club was to provide an affordable means for them to continue to build time. Through the scholarship programs offered by Sun and Fun, they're able to get their pilot's license. That's great. Now what? We have to build time to go on to get our commercial and instrument. So the club was really founded as a way for them to be able to affordably build time. So the members get discounted rates on flying the club assets, and they come in here and restore this airplane. We're now currently working on a 1939 Taylorcraft restoration project.
I'm the vice president of the Lakeland Aero Club, and I'm also a sophomore in college at Polk State College. Shortly, I'll be starting substitute teaching with the Polk County School Board, so I'll be, kind of giving back, I guess you could say, to some of the aviation programs here at CFAA and some of the other schools here in Polk County, like Travis Career Center. And basically, I'm just here with the Aero Club every day, volunteering and helping teach these same guys what the program taught me, the past few years.
I'm currently hoping to become a commercial airline pilot with any airline, Delta, any airline, it's fine.
I'm a junior at the Central Florida Aerospace Academy, and I've been going there all throughout high school. And I've been a member of the Lakeland Aero Club for about 2 years now. Started over at Bueller Restoration Center, over there across the street from the school, and Mr. Ray, big donator, just helped us build this amazing hangar. And now we got an opportunity to come here after school and continue working on our aircraft that we started.
Everything you see here is a result of their actions. They clean the floors, they mow the grass, they maintain the airplanes under my supervision. I'm an A&P IA, and some of them are working towards getting their airframe and power plant license by apprenticing, working here and logging their time working on these aircraft.
I need to tighten up, and you're like that. Just tighten it right there. If the Aero Club wasn't here, I probably still would have become a pilot just because there's other programs here, but I definitely wouldn't have learned anything about the mechanical aspect of aviation just because there aren't very many programs around here that focus on teaching the importance of aircraft mechanics and things like that.
The Lakeland Aero Club is an after-school program. It has no ties to the school board or the school district. It's totally an after-school thing. The young people who come in here and make this all happen do it after school and weekends. They're not getting any class credit hours. They're not getting any community service hours. They're here working on their own airplanes. The club owns 5 airplanes now that these young people own, and they come out here and fly.
I come here to Aero Club to learn more about aviation and simply get the gist if I were to do A&P as well or become a pilot and get my pilot's license. It's just a good experience to be surrounded by this environment.
Coming over here after school, though, it's developed like another interest in me to get my A&P license, which would be cool to work on planes. If I ever do own a plane, it would help me out a lot. So,
an A&P is an airframe and power plant license, and an airframe and power plant license is the only federal mechanics license around. Auto mechanics get a certification through an industry standard, but airframe and power plant or A&P license is issued by the FAA to qualified people.
Here at the Aero Club, mainly we focus on obviously teaching kids how to fly, but we're also focused on teaching them how to actually work on the planes. So we do a lot of engine work and just a lot of general maintenance things. And anytime we have a big major project that maybe we don't know how to do exactly, we'll bring other AMPs and other instructors who have a lot of skills in a particular aspect area, and they'll come in and they'll teach the students how to fix something or make a repair and all that good stuff. So they're definitely learning a lot being here.
I've always wanted to come here, since I figured it out. In middle school, around middle school, 7th grade, I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely coming into CFAA. And then getting involved in Aero Club has definitely changed how I feel, the way I think about aviation, and it's great.
We're the home of the one and only Boeing 727 that is a classroom. We say the one and only. FedEx Corporation donated a few of those out there, but ours actually works. And so the young men and women can come out here under the supervision of a pilot, a trained pilot, and actually start up this 150,000-pound aircraft and learn up the proper flows. Now, it's not going to go anywhere. We have it throttled up to where you can only go up into idle, but they're going to learn the proper start flows. Now, more importantly, from a pilot's perspective, we never get to see what goes on underneath the airplane. So I mentioned our mechanics, our airframe and power plant professionals that are out there. They can actually get into the belly of that aircraft. Their class can sit up in the classroom. They can watch their peer group on tablets through closed circuit cameras, get under there and talk to the avionics bay, check things. I mean, it's amazing to watch. In the back half of the airplane is a conference room. So not only did we expand the engineering aspect, we also have a design aspect for bringing into things here, because the desk, believe it or not, is actually a wing from a 727. They turned the wing over upside down and turned it into a desk. The chairs are all chairs off of a 727. So there's an art aspect here. So when we say STEM learning, there's also an A in it, a STEAM learning.
After 4 years of evolving and doing a metamorphosis from the caterpillar to the butterfly that flies, we have turned the Sun and Fun campus into the Sun and Fun Expo Campus, where now every single weekend of every month, there is another exciting event going on.
I know that we mentioned that this is a Sun and Fun, the event in April is a fundraiser, but there's also a lot going out here year round. So Sun and Fun and the Aerospace Center for Excellence are really proud to be the world's leader in not just empowering educators, but inspiring them as well to do whatever they want to do out here. We have the tools, we have the resources to make it happen. We're really happy this all happens in Polk County, Florida, in wonderful Lakeland.